It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to Game 1 of the NBA season. Along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
Man, it's been a long summer.
I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. We have been waiting for this day for a long time. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, it would be so important for them to get some positive energy built up early in the season. And getting a win here in their opening game would go a long way toward doing that. No doubt they're going to come out firing tonight. After a brisk off-season, it's finally upon us, fellas.
What's that?
Opening night.
Oh, tonight's opening night?
Hey,
oh, those are preseason
games.
games.
Shaq, your thoughts on how important it is for a team to get off to a fast start?
Well, early wins gives you confidence.
Oh, do they ever?
Makes you more intimidating to play against.
Oh, does it ever?
I'm so excited. I miss you guys or something.
Oh, I know. What have you been doing?
Boston Celtics starting lineup. Starting at center, 7 feet, number 00, Robert Parrish. At point guard, 6 feet 1 inches, number 14, Bob Cousy. Starting at the other guard, standing 6'5", number 17, Don Haslett. At power forward, 6 feet 10 inches, number 32, Kevin McHale. Starting at the other forward position, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 33, Larry Bird. The head coach, Brad Stevens. Let's hear it for your Boston Celtics.
Home of the Celtics is sold out and noisy inside here in Boston. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And also joining us on the sidelines, the league's most valuable player in 2004, Kevin Garnett. KG, it is great to have you with us.
Kay, how you been, man? It's good to see you,
Waiting for you to sit right here next to us. That's what I've been waiting
man,
for.
thank you for having me, man. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Can't wait to get inside your impressions of this game. It'll be a lot of fun. This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Taking a look at the Bulls. Rodman is out there with Pippen. Then it's Longley. Then there's Harper, and it's Jordan in at the shooting guard. And KG, 2 decades later, you still look the same. You don't age. You do not.
Listen, man, listen. I wish I could use the Beyonce. I woke up like this, but actually I woke up like this and worked out some more, and then worked out a little more to look like this.
You look terrific.
You look great too, man. What's the secrets, man?
I'm following you, watching your advice.
Yeah, right. You've been doing this way, man. Ken, what year is this for you? Seriously?
Broadcast in the NBA. 20 years and then 12 years with 2K.
You're a beast, man. You know what I love about 2K, man? To bring the best in for the best.
You
understand, my dude? Straight
well,
up.
That's why we've got you. But Kevin, you play this game a lot, don't you? Man, especially when you were young.
Man, listen, man. 2K is it, bro. There's no other games out here. This is what it is. If you playing basketball, if you online, nobody's playing nothing else. This is it.
Yeah.
2K is the cream of the crop. It's the gang. They know what it is. It's lit. They know what it is. Seriously, they ain't got to do this. They know.
Kevin, when you entered the draft, no player had made the jump from high school to the NBA in 20 years. And what were your emotions when your name was called number 5 overall?
Oh, man, I remember that. It was
17 years old?
17, just turning 18 at the time. I was in like a whirlwind, to be honest. A lot of people don't know it's a lot of stuff that goes up into the draft. Things that I wasn't aware of. You're training twice a day. You're trying to get ready for the combine. You're trying to get ready for pre-draft. You got to do workouts. This is all new to me. On top of still going to high school, trying to, graduate and stuff. So I figured it out. I hustled and I bustled and I juggled a bunch of different things. But once your name is called, it's almost like the culmination. It all comes together. It's a special moment for just you and your family and your loved ones and ones around you. And when my name was called, it felt like the world had stopped and everything was going very slow.
Kevin, of all the people you've faced, who is the toughest guy for you to score against? Down low, let's pick that geography. Who is the toughest to score against down there?
Listen, I know a lot of people. I've always said Rasheed Wallace. I've always said Tim Duncan. They're probably the two that brought a different level of play out of me. But shout out to Cliff Robinson, man. Cliff Robinson. I don't know if people know this, but Cliff Robinson, man. Cliff Robinson was one of the better defenders in the post. He was very strong. He was very long. He didn't go for any counters. He was very disciplined. He was well prepared because he was a veteran. The refs let him get away with a lot, touching and grabbing. He knew when to be physical in some positions. He knew to do what we call work early. He would meet you at the three-point line, and he would be fighting you, and you would post up probably like a step outside the three-point line. Like, he was really good at some of his techniques and how he was able to control the post. After Cliff left the game, I watched a lot of his tape, and I took a lot of his I had to, because it was so effective against me that I was able to use it against other post players on the defensive end.
I never knew that story.
Dennis Rodman was another guy I watched a lot. Akeem Olajuwon I watched a lot, because these guys were laterally very similar to my makeup. Akeem Olajuwon was long. He was able to laterally move with you. I was laterally able to move with guards. I was able to laterally to slide with some of the forwards and some of the more laterally gifted power forwards. And with that, able to get my feet together, being able to block shots, challenge the rim, stuff like that. Things that, if you're going to get better at something, you got to go and reach and find the great ones that did it before you and take it, and then I was able to apply it, and I did those things.
Boy, he's just been so consistent, right? I mean, every time he's gotten to the stripe, he's delivered. This is great stuff.
Inside, stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Bird. Boston, no good that time either.
Well, it's been an up-and-down quarter for him on the offensive end. Mostly down, though.
And KG, so great to see you. It takes me back. It really does.
A lot of people don't know, man. We got real original ties, man.
Back to the beginning.
95, man. My original man right here.
Here he was, man. You were a thrill a minute, I'll tell you that.
Man,
a thrill a minute.
Now look at us. 21 years later, dog. Man, can you believe
We're still
this?
standing.
We are. They haven't caught on yet. Don't say it.
Okay. Sinks the three-pointer. Bird's got 5 points so far. And people may not know, KG, that you're not just a broadcaster for 2K, but you're a member of the 2K community.
Have you been keeping up with the community, man?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Man, listen, shout out to all the 2K players out there. I'm Jizzle Lord. Y'all know what it is. I'm Jizzle Lord 5. Shout out to my OBF team. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to Dex. Shout out to Bug. Shout out to everybody out there playing.
Wow.
Right, we definitely.
Wow.
It's all good. You know, I'm OBF. I'm about the team. I'm gang. You know what it is. Jizzle Lord, y'all holla at me. Y'all know what it is, 2K. Right.
Here's Havlicek and the dunk by Havlicek.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Just great timing on that play, too, guys. Makes it impossible for the defense to react.
Rodman kicks to Hart. And that misses. That would have put him up. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Havlicek. He doesn't hit that one. Jordan with some nice D. And Kevin, there was such a whirlwind around your trade to the Celtics from the Timberwolves. What were your thoughts and emotions at that time?
You know what? Being in Minnesota at that time, it was very difficult for me. I didn't necessarily want to leave. I had a goal to bring the city a championship, and I felt like I could do that. Nothing worse than when you have to deal with the reality of change. I'm not the one for change, even though I do know in order to process or progress better, you have to embrace some change. So with the help of my friends from Chauncey Billups, Teron Lou, I sat and I thought through it with those guys who have been through the trade process and talking to me, getting me to understand my options. And once I understood all my options, then I just, it was about what was best for me and my family.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot to consider.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Harper kicks to Pippen.
It's work. It's not just you go on there and you have a bunch of fun. We actually get some things done, but we have a great time, man.
You're an natural.
Hey, Kev, listen, watching you, being around you, man, the great, rest in peace to Craig, Ernie, Charles, all these great influences, man, has definitely helped, not just me, but our younger generations of broadcasters, man. It's totally, I didn't see this being my lane, but I'm having fun with it.
Doing a great job. Havlicek, and the rejection by Pippen. Harper kicks to Jordan. And the rejection by Parrish. Pippen against Bird. Down low. And sticking right with it. Gets the foul with the bucket. And he'll go to the line. And KG, when you were bringing those greats together like you had in Boston, the intersection of you and Doc and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen, all these guys together, everything was aligned.
But you got to go through something to be able to appreciate something. And I like to think that with the joining of myself and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce going to Boston, that we all had to have a journey up until that point and go through something and feel something and have something feel left out. We all was achieved when we all came together. Awards, countless all-star achievements. But then when it came to total winning and what we all do this for, we was all vacant. And that's what we all shared. And we all shared the same appetite for that, Kev. And I'm telling you, man, when we all got together, we all knew never to let each other down. And we all gave each other 100%.
What a time.
Adjustments.
Well, I like to see them.
Celtics making a switch here. Hondo's checked in. The Bulls also changing it up. Pippen's checked in for Wennington. And it's Jordan in for B.J. Armstrong. Now here's Jordan. 8 points for him. Pass to Pippen. On the wing, Kukoc. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Kevin, coming out of high school, you were relatively mature for your age, at 17, turning 18. But do you ever regret not trying college and just seeing what that experience would have been like? I mean, it's such a long time ago, but you've had some chance probably to get some perspective on both sides of that story.
You know what, Kev? I look at it like the unknown is the unknown. Obviously, I've had friends that went to college. Some of my best friends went to college. And I think I've kind of lived it through them a little bit. Listen, when you have responsibility early in life.
Which you did.
Which I did.
Yes.
And, so from a mature level, things that interest me are not that interesting as you get older, especially when you have to deal with a vigorous schedule of an NBA schedule. I wasn't able to, be the 17, 18-year-old to chill, have, lean on the parents a little bit, be able to be at home, coming home through the weekends. I had a real life that I was responsible for, and I was growing something. I was building something. I was trying to not just be a young player in our league, but a young businessman wanting to establish something for myself, my friends, my family. You can't do those things thinking like a normal 17, 18-year-old. You're taking pieces from grown men around you all the time. You're around people who need something all the time. At some point, you have to put all this together, and you have to make it work for you, and you have to put your spin on it for how it works for you and your brand. And you have to be innovative with that. You have to be creative with that. You have to have a vision.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot to consider. There's a good screen. Pass to Heinsohn. The dish to Pierce. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
And KG, talk about how the greats can just impose their will.
It's almost like another level. When you see LeBron, what he did to Detroit in that fourth quarter, that's a blackout. You don't know what you're doing. When you see Cole go for 81, when you see Chauncey come down on a one, these players are blacking out. These are elite players in elite moments, taking the moment. Paul Pierce is one of the best that I've ever seen grab a moment and savor it and just put it in slow-mo. And nothing speeding them up. Special players. I get a front row seat of seeing that. Ray Allen, the same thing. Had a great composure about himself to slow himself down and hit pressure shots. Tim Duncan, same thing.
Bulls trail by 3. 1:39 left to play in the first quarter. Kerr kicks to Kukoc. Screen by Grant. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Cowens with the rebound. Boston's gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter. Rondo dishes to Pierce. The kick out to Ainge. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Celtics lead by 6.
If they think they can give him that shot and get away with it, think again, gentlemen.
Kerr kicks to Kukoc. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Kukoc has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Bulls. There's the screen. Pierce kicks to Ainge. Back to Pierce. Collins. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Kicks to Sloan. Grant with the screen on Ainge. Shot clock at 6. And it's good, 2 points.
Perfect example of how to set a great screen. Set your feet, stand firm.
Outside, Pierce. From 13, the shot, no good. We come back right after this. Either team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter.
He and Stacey Augmon was at a time where I was trying to find myself as a player.
Search for a roadmap, maybe. You know, who do I most resemble?
Not only that, but just some direction. You know, at the time I was a big who had handles, and if you know anything about Southern coaches, they don't want their big handling the ball. So you get the ball up to a guard or whatever. It wasn't until I got to Chicago to where the scouts or, you know, people were able to see, like, wow, this big can actually handle the ball. He has handle a little bit. And then my high school coach would actually make me bring the ball up to show off and showcase.
No kidding.
I hated it. I was like,
yeah,
oh, my God.
But look at what happened.
Bring the ball up. And he knew that turning, I could handle it. And I was like, oh, my God, I hated this. And he knew I would go and dunk him on. I was like, man, I don't want to shoot. He was like, no, bring the ball up. Anyways.
Rajon Rondo is out there with Johnson. Then it's Heinsohn. And it's Pierce. And it's Cowens in at the 5. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Good work defensively by Kerr.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
And Kevin, welcome to the 2K team. I didn't realize how much you love NBA 2K.
Oh, man, you know 2K is always live, man. I'm a super fan. Man, this game is going all over the place, bro. Like, seriously, like, I'm geeked to see what's next, man. They got everything down. I'm sitting here watching all the little small intangibles that come with the game. I'm watching the game grow. I'm watching how better players are getting. I'm watching the online play, man. It's lit. It's lit. I can't wait to see this.
Outside, Kukoc. Jordan against Pierce. Michael Jordan again. Jordan's got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pierce for 3. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. And that's now 6 points for Paul Pierce. Well, the fans out there watching this, Kev, can you talk about why it's so incredibly difficult to win an NBA title, to become a champion? Why is it such a tough process?
Well, just imagine having a goal and you're not pursuing the goal by yourself. Just say you and somebody else.
Relying on somebody else.
Relying on somebody else, okay? So let's just say you and someone are doing something, walking up a hill. Y'all getting ready to go walk up a hill. Well, the speed at which you want to walk at might be different from the other person. And what you realize about when you're trying to reach any goal is that you have to be connected. You have to be understanding of we're going to walk up here together like at this speed, like this, or we're going fast, we're going slow. It has to be a great level of communication and understanding. At the same time, you have to have the same work ethic because you have to understand you're together. And you don't get to go at this level and leave someone behind. You have to actually, if you got to pull them, you got to keep up, whatever it is. All this goes into trying to win.
It sure does. That's right. And Kevin, you played for some great coaches, but is there any coach you would have been interested to work with that just didn't get a chance to? Say, Greg Popovich or Phil Jackson.
Those are great coaches. I've had very, very little time with those guys.
Maybe in all-star games and things like that.
I have. But, when you do all-star games, you let yourself go. You open up yourself to try to, be there and be present with the guys. Yes. Open up, hey, what's up? What's been up with you? How's the year for y'all? Y'all playing well. We're going to beat y'all when we see y'all, blah, blah, blah. But, you're very cordial. And, you're not talking too much about X's and O's. But you do share perspectives. You do share, philosophies. Pop is a great mind. I had a chance to sit with him a couple times. Phil's a great mind. Phil is super deep and loves the philosophy of. I haven't had a lot of time with those guys. Doc Rivers, shout out to Doc, and I know he doesn't get a lot for his philosophies, but he's very enriched with philosophies and styles and bringing teams together and trying to make sure that guys stay connected, stimulated. He would always tell us to never get bored with the process.
Wow, that's so intriguing. Interesting to hear. McHale's checked in for Paul Pierce.
One shot.
Kevin, you were so successful jumping from high school to pros. What do you think about the current situation now, the age of 19, the minimum to go to the draft?
I'm always be a fan of the younger kids being able to have the opportunity. I don't like when you put parameters. I can see if college was really teaching these kids and really giving them a solid situation to be able to have something to defer to. But, these kids are not learning at the rate that you would like them to learn in college. And plus, they're not staying in college to these great institutions to be able to apply some of the things they're learning. So I just think that they need...
They're basketball players.
They're basketball players, but they should have the opportunity to take advantage of if you're able to play at 17, 18 like I was. Not saying that every kid's going to have that.
And talk. Some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Bird outside, from outside the arc, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Kevin, what a lot of fans don't get to see is all the work players do behind the scenes at home, before games, after games, on off days. Can you talk a little bit about that? Getting your body ready from the end of one game to play the next game. I mean, I've seen it, but you talk about it.
Yeah, the wellness starts right after you stop playing. The minute you come off the court, you're iced. You got to do progressions where right after the game you shower. Obviously, you got to get massages. You got to get some type of wellness on your legs just because you're running so much. People don't know that you have to lift weights.
Oh, goodness. And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Kevin, some of the relatively new rules protecting players, the breakaway, the flagrant one, the flagrant two. Are you in favor of all this stuff?
I'm in favor for players' health. Anything that is going to be detrimental to a player's health, I feel like, the player's health is the first and only obligation. That's all I've ever worried about. Foul play, I think every player should always understand it's a way to foul, it's a way to be able to, send a message. But in the heat of the moment, I get it. Things happen. But just that hopefully all players out there will continue to, to care about and respect the game.
First free throw is good. Kevin, it's been said that some guys hated to play against you. Is there someone you hated to play against for whatever reason?
No, no.
You enjoyed every gym?
I enjoyed every competitor because on the offensive side of the ball, I was always challenged when to use counters or what type of moves I was using. I took a lot of pride in having a variety of moves for different types of defenses, and each guy is going to bring out a different side of the offense in you. And then turning around and then being that defender and being able to guard the post player or the post or whatever the post player was or whatever. Rasheed Wallace was always a tough guard. Tim Duncan was always a tough guard. Zach Randolph was always a tough guard. Chris Webber, Dice, Karl Malone.
Great names. Here's Kuzi. 8 points for him. And there's the pass to Bird. Makes it off the glass. Bird's got 10. Kevin, you were always known as wanting to play and always wanting to practice. You were a gym rat. What did you do when a coach would ask you maybe to take a break? Let's sit out this game. Let's rest up. Would you welcome that? Would you just say, I'll let you know when I can't go? How would you handle that situation?
You know what? I've always asked the coach to respect the way I get ready for games. I've always asked him to respect the way I approach the game. I've always asked the coach to respect me and my expertise of knowing my body. I'm very, very vocal. Listen, if one person needs rest, and it's me, I know how to raise my hand. I know how to say I need some rest. But, you know, I'm a person who likes to push through a lot of things. I'm a person who understands rest, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I'm a person who understands that practice makes perfect. And if I can work on something for as long as I can to make something better, because I know at the end when I need it, especially when I used to call it dial up. When I call, I need the answer.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game. And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And Kev, you think of the great ones. You, Kobe, Jordan.
Timmy,
yeah, how about him? They worked harder than anybody else, Kevin.
And what you learn is that the similarity or the parallel that you all have is an inner animal that you never speak about. You know, we're all a little off. We're all a little dark. But that's what pushes you through pain. That's what pushes you through tough moments. When someone says you can't, when someone says this is not possible, this is unreal. No one's ever done it. That's the moment you're looking for. The moment someone told Cole that he couldn't get over 50, 60, something Jordan couldn't do, he was driven in that. And if Phil wouldn't have stopped him, he probably would have reached 100 points.
He probably would have, yeah.
You know, he did Will Chamberlain a favor. And that's just real. He was in that type of mode. We all share that passion. We all share that drive. And the ones that have that inner darkness, we all understand.
It's like a split personality, huh?
It's almost like another level.
Yeah. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Harper. And it's sent back by McHale. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Danny Ainge is checked in for Boston. And a change for the Bulls. Bushler's checked in for Harper. Here's Kuzi. He's got 8. Kevin, growing up watching the game of basketball, who were some of your earliest influences?
My early influences in the game of basketball was Magic Johnson, obviously Michael Jordan, and then Chris Webber. Malik Sealy was kind of like the younger generation of my inspiration. Yeah. St. John's was one of the destinations. Michigan was one of my college destinations. So those guys were my natural inspirations early on when I was young.
Hodman sets a screen. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Armstrong. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. Armstrong's got the lead up to 2 now for the Bulls. And Kevin, you've recently gotten a chance to do more TV. Your show Area 21 has been tremendous, and the critics love it. Talk about this chapter of your career.
Well, it was something that I wasn't planning on, but, Turner brought me a great concept, and it fit the mold of what any man cave is, and that's really what it is. But the fact that we can go in, watch games on multiple channels, see multiple games, articulate it, give it from a perspective of a player, coming fresh out of this generation of players, giving understanding to this generation of players is very important, because these players now are very different. Teaching these young players, still being mentors of these players, very important. And still loving this game. It's still a beautiful game. Man, the game is growing. I'm watching these kids do all types of different stuff, man. The creativity in our game now is so heightened. So, yeah, I'm having a bunch of fun, which is one thing I never forgot. The piece of advice you've always told me, man. So you continue to enjoy what you do, and it'll show. And I'm hoping that I'm making you proud of that, Kay. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, man.
You're an incredible ambassador to all of those things. The game, the fun of life. Right. And you capture a lot of the fun of life.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm enjoying it, so, hopefully it shows.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Boston trailing. Here's Kuzi. He's got 10. Pierce for 3. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
Passes it to Bushley. Grant against Pierce. And he could not get that contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Paul. He hits the second from the line. And there's 1:45 left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Heinsohn. Pass to Collins. Outside, Pierce. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Grant with the screen on Ainge. Here's Armstrong. Terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in. Armstrong's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period.
Great to have you with us, KG, and enlightening experience. Come back and join us sometime, okay?
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Anytime.
You were terrific. You were terrific. You were great.
K-Hall, you always made me look good, man. Since 95, man. We've been doing this a long time, my dude.
Great to see you.
Thank you, dog.
And Doris, one of the things that really strikes me about KG, he's as smart as he is athletically gifted. What a treat to have him join us tonight.
Well, I'm in awe of his enthusiasm. And it's not just when he's talking, but when others are talking as well. There's so much life to the conversation. Everything he brought to the court for 21 years, he now brings to the booth.
Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Now Rondo. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Five to shoot. The feed now to Ainge. Lays it in off a pretty alley-oop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Celtics lead by 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think of your team's energy in the first half?
I think the energy's fine. I thought we did look a little gassed at the end of that first stint for some of our starters, but I thought for the most part it was good.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, they were consistent from downtown. The playmakers found open shooters, and the shooters delivered and knocked down shots on a high level. In some ways, it came down to confidence. We'll see if they have that same swagger in the second half.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
They ran their offense very well in the first half. There were almost no forced shots. It was good, smart basketball. The motion in their offense was terrific. They made those defenders work very hard. I like what I saw from them for the most part.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We'll see you later.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. What a game we're seeing from Michael Jordan.
And through the first two periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
You know, my favorite thing, Greg, I think he showed no fear in attacking the defense. He got on the interior with ease.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
And for so long, the Bulls really were synonymous with the best defensive teams in the league. But as a team, they've started to slip the last few years. It's something that has been lost while this team kind of retools for the future.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Rodman is out there with Longley. Then it's Pippen. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harper in at the point. Chicago trailing here. Rodman sets a screen, pops it up for Jordan.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Boston shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. There's a screen by McHale. Second half rolling along now, about a minute played here. Havlicek against Jordan. Here's Parrish. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Harper the pass to Jordan. Back to Harper. The 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Harper's got 7. And it used to be you could pencil in the Bulls as a top 10 defensive team by most metrics in any given year. But, Greg, the last few seasons, they've just been middle of the pack.
And, you know, over the history of this team, they've always been at their best when they played great defense. You go back to those Jordan years where they were marked by exceptional defense. This last group, led by Derrick Rose, similarly built on a defensive-minded philosophy. Let's just see if they get back to their roots with this new push.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. Those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times when you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Pippen kicks to Harper. Jordan against Havlicek. And Jordan slams it home.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over. over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Bird a screen on Harper. Dishes it to Parrish. There's a good screen. And stolen by Jordan. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Oh!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Parrish, the pass to Kuzi. Parrish with the screen on Harper. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. And a look now at the breakdown between three-point and two-point shots attempted here tonight for the Celtics. Doris, it's been said that you started playing basketball in the second grade. How did your love of this sport become so evident so early?
Yeah, you know, I moved to the Jersey Shore when I was 7 years old. There was a park right next door. And, you know, I'm the last of 8 kids. My family didn't have a ton of money, but boy, all I needed was a rim and a basketball, and I could spend 6, 7, 8 hours. My mother used to call me back in from the park to have lunch or dinner. I just spent my entire childhood on the hard court next door dribbling away.
Were you naturally good at it, or did you feel like you had to work at it, or did you just feel like I got a knack for this?
No, I think, you know, obviously when you play the game from 7 years old, you pick up on a lot of the nuance, and as in anything, you have to work hard at something to be good at it. And right. It didn't feel like work because I love basketball.
Oh! Goodness. Wow.
Wow.
And get a load of fat. Move. We don't get to see plays like that very often.
No, we don't. Sailing in off the baseline for the reverse stuff. Feeds it to McHale. Screened by Parrish. McHale kicks to Bird. Clock at 4. Oh, and the jam by Bird.
Timeout. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Chicago calls timeout. So for the Bulls, Kukoc comes in for Longley. And Bushler subbed in for Scottie Pippen. The Bulls leading by 5. And here is Harper. 9 points in the game so far. To the inside and taken away by Johnson. Here's Kuzi. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well executed. And then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
He shot well from the line tonight, going 4 for 5. The Bulls have gone as spotless, 6 of 6 from the field since taking the court here in the second half. There's the pick. Harper kicks to Jordan. Back to Harper. The pass to Bushler. 5 to shoot. He feeds it to Jordan. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Jordan's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And they have come out of halftime in fuego.
Kuzi passes to Parrish. And here's Bird for 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Talk about stretching out a defense. He's been unstoppable tonight.
I'll tell you, he's nailed everything in sight, and how efficient he has been from outside the arc.
Jordan kicks to Kukoc. Outside Harper. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Rejected by McHale. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. So both teams making some changes here. There's the dish to Ainge. He kicks to Bird for the lead. Drills the three-pointer. Bird's got 23 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Bird against Kukoc. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Passes it to Collins. Here's Kuzi. There's a good screen. Outside Pierce. Grant gets the rebound. Bulls have gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the third quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Ainge kicks to Bird. Hits it from three-point range. Bird's got 11 in the second half.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Outside Harper. He dishes it to Jordan. And they double up Jordan. Kukoc against Bird. Stolen by Ainge. The kick out to Pierce. Again, Pierce missing. Bulls trail by 3. Kukoc for 3. Offensive rebound.
I'll tell you, he fought hard for that tip in. He doesn't take anything for granted. He's going to crash the boards on every single shot.
Now here's Bird. 26 points for him. Here's Ainge. Great play by Bird to set it up. Ainge has got 5.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Harper kicks to Jordan. All alone. Bucket is good.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Boston's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. And the Celtics' free throw attempt differential, one thing to work on. Their opponents average about 2 more free throw attempts per game.
Right. Fortunately for the Celtics, though, they might not take a ton of free throws, but they shot an excellent percentage. So that gap in free throws made significantly smaller because of their quality shooting.
Harper dishes to Grant. Jordan with a screen on Ainge. 6 on the shot clock. Grant the pass to Jordan. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. Number 1, the Bulls.
Yeah, that was a huge factor for them a season ago. Their ability to attack the offensive glass and then convert those into second-chance buckets. I mean, no one did it better.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
And for many years, the Chicago Bulls were viewed as a model franchise. Always were competitive and in the hunt for a title. But this current version just can't escape turmoil from within.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Armstrong comes in for Jordan. And Steve Kerr is subbed in for Ron Harper. And the Bulls finally committing, Greg, to a full rebuild this last offseason.
Yeah, and trading Butler was the start of it. I mean, they got some young players to build around and a pick, and it won't be an easy road ahead, but one they felt they needed to make.
Hey, Doris, with all the switching on defense, it seems like everyone has to be able to guard both inside and on the perimeter. Do you see us becoming even more of a positionless league?
You know, this is a fascinating aspect to me because you focus on a player like Draymond Green, who coming out of Michigan State was considered a tweener, somebody who was neither a guard nor a forward and didn't have the requisite skill set to be effective in the NBA. But there is true value to players, be it at the small forward, the power forward, or the center position. Because the league is such a heavy pick and roll, because the floor is so spread, Kevin, the guys who have the kind of lateral mobility and the basketball IQ to switch onto smaller players and stay in front and contest shots, they're crucial. For right now, this is the trend, and I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon.
And Grant drops them both. Celtics leading by 3. Rondo with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Kicks it to Pierce. Armstrong against Havlicek. Over Armstrong. And it comes off the front of the rim. There's the pick. Pass to Heinsohn. It doesn't go for him. Some solid defense by Rodman. Here's Armstrong. They get it back, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Chicago making some changes. Longley's checked in for Rodman. Pippen comes in for Armstrong. And it's Harper in for Steve Kerr. The Celtics with the lead. Pass to Heinsohn. Here's Rondo. Outside Pierce. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
In the first half, he was on fire from range, but he hasn't knocked one down since.
A minute 42 left to play here in the third. Grant outside. Rondo with the steal. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. Shoots over Harper. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
Bulls trail by 6. Screen by Grant. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I think, Kev, you look at the Celtics offense, not a lot of points in the paint or free throw attempts. They're very perimeter oriented.
And Doris, if you're Brad Stevens and the Celtics, is that a focus, trying to get more going in the paint?
Well, I think they're going to play to their strengths, and right now that's probably shooting. But one thing they could look to be a little bit more aggressive with is their transition opportunities, because that could give them high percentage looks.
And that one falls for Harper. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And last year, the Bulls, Greg, just didn't threaten anyone from outside.
I think a big problem has just been personnel. You know, some of the guys they brought in as shooters just really haven't panned out, and that lack of shooting from deep is why this offense can grow stagnant at times.
4 on the clock. Here's Havlicek, and he banks in the layup. Havlicek's got 4 this quarter.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
Grant outside. Back to Kukoc. Looking to get back on track here. And good as it rattles through the hoop. Kukoc has got 10 points in the game.
Boy, Kev, I love his game. He can hurt you in so many different ways.
Inside. And it's Heinsohn missing.
Oh, and that would have been a spectacular alley-oop. Really difficult to get the timing right on those long ones.
Right side, Pippen. And he drops it in from the low post. Now just a 2-point Celtic lead.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And don't go away. We'll be right back. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
Everybody hangs out. Now look, we got to tighten up our defense down here. Keep them off the line. Move your feet. Concentrate on your body position.
And Tom Thibodeau wanted his team to maintain that aggressive defensive stature, but be really smart about it too, and I can see that.
Yeah, they're stopping the shot, but then you send the guy to the line. That's not going to help you on the scoreboard.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Parrish is out there with Heinsohn. Then there's Havlicek, and it's Pierce, and it's Kuzi in at the 1. That's the Boston 5. The Celtics shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. There's the screen. Havlicek outside. Screen by Parrish. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Pippen.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
That's good from Havlicek.
Well, Brad Stevens started his own preseason coaching summit in Boston. This guy is clearly dedicated to his craft. He's dedicated to learning from his peers. He is always watching games from every different angle to try to learn.
McHale's checked in for Boston. Screen by Longley. Kukoc passes to Longley. Good on the bucket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
And rumor has it Brad Stevens used to keep a pad of paper for every TV in the house to sketch plays that he saw in games.
Well, those were the old days. Now he can just text an assistant with the game and timestamp, and then he reviews a marathon edit of plays for things he can use. Oh, the beauty of technology.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one misses.
Well, the three-pointer, right? A much more significant piece of the Celtics offense. They went from middle of the pack to top 3 in makes from deep last year.
They set the pick, and there's the feed to Havlicek. Screen by Parrish. Shot off the screen. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
I'll tell you, that's really clever because it's not easy to get that mid-range off over a guy who's got a size advantage. He made it look easy.
Here's Harper. Rebound, Boston. Parrish has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And for the Celtics last season, their three-point attempts up by almost a third. At the same time, improved their percentage.
Well, this is an organization that reflects the way the league is going. They are especially dead from the corners with those threes, and that really elevated their offense.
Just his first attempt. The kick out to Havlicek. No good on the triple.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
To the middle.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Screen by Parrish. Havlicek outside. Dishes it to Pierce. 5 to shoot. Over Kukoc. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pippen kicks to Hart. Screen by Grant, off the screen, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Yeah, he's rising to the occasion as you're trying to keep pace on the scoreboard.
McHale kicks to Havlicek. Shoots over Pippen. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Celtics lead by 2.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Bird, he's checked in for Pierce. The Bulls also changing it up. Rodman comes in for Horace Grant. And it's Jordan in for Tony Kukoc. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the break, I heard Tom Thibodeau as he talked with the team. They have been getting killed from long range tonight, and he said, we can't lose track of their shooters. We're overpacking the lane, and we're leaving them wide open. Guys will see if they can make the adjustment.
Here's the screen. Bird, the pass to Kuzi. Havlicek against Jordan. Screen by Parrish. Goes up at the stripe. And that's collected by Longley.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
And I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
Powered down as the whistle blows. A three-point play chance.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And if there's one weakness for the Celtics, it's rebounding. Last season, Doris, one of the 5 worst teams by rebound rate.
Right. They're not worried about their offensive rebound rate, Kev. They want to get back in transition. But to me, it's the second chance points for their opponents where they need to be better.
And that one falls for Harper. And Boston has possession. Here's Kuzi. It's stolen. And here we go. The Bulls fast break.
Oh!
You got to be kidding.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Screen by Parrish. Here's Kuzi. 4 on the shot clock. And they get it. Hit some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Right, you love the aggressiveness. This guy is willing to take over at the key opportunities.
Rodman dishes to Jordan. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Larry Bird.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shot.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
And so Jordan nails both of them.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
McHale passes to Kuzi. The Celtics working the ball around now. There's a screen by McHale. Parrish kicks to McHale. Havlicek against Jordan. And it's Havlicek missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Harper dishes to Rodman. Feeds it to Jordan. Outside Pippen. Three-pointer. Kevin McHale pulls it in. McHale's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Bird, the pass to Kuzi. There's a screen by McHale. McHale with a screen on Harper. On the wing, Havlicek. Guarded by Jordan. Shoots from 14. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Havlicek.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
What an offensive clinic we have been given today. They're hitting every single thing they put at the rim right now.
Rodman kicks to Harper. A shot missing. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Shot's good from Bird. Now Pippen. Rodman with a screen on Bird. Outside, Rodman. Back to Pippen. The shot comes out. Nice D from Bird. And here's the fast break. And stolen by Jordan. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Good on both.
And making the most of their opportunities at the line here in the second half.
And here's Havlicek. The pass to Parrish. Here's Kuzi. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Kuzi's got 9 points here in the second half. The Bulls have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Harper dishes to Pippen. Here's Jordan. A rebound by the Celtics. They've led by as much as 10. Jordan against Havlicek. Passes it to Kuzi. Now here's Parrish. D right on him. Clock at 6. Pass to Kuzi. Screen by Parrish to take the lead. They grab their own miss. You can't get that one. Chicago's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Out left to the wing. Harper the pass to Jordan. Outside, Rodman. He feeds it to Pippen. Shoots over Bird. And the Bulls with another miss.
Just a cold shooting night. Needs to try to make it into the basket.
Here's Kuzi. There's the pick. Parrish kicks to Havlicek. Picked him clean. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Oh, man, what a turnaround. Sensational play on D, and then the rapid-fire run to the basket.
Greg, they didn't wait around, did they? They went right for the throat. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. We've seen Michael Jordan really having a great game.
Well, you wonder if with this timeout they're going to shake things up defensively, because everything they've thrown at him to this point has not worked. He's on a roll.
Chicago making some changes. Since gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Kuzi, guarded by Pippen. Bird outside. Parrish with the screen on Kukoc. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Kuzi to take the lead. That one doesn't drop. And it's Chicago the other way. Here's Pippen, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Now it's a 4-point Bulls lead. There's a screen by McHale. Kuzi passes to McHale. 1:46 left in the fourth. Bird against Kukoc. Lets it go from 14. Rebound by the Bulls. Grant's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Down low, Rodman. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Pippen's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Boy, nice feed. Leading him into some space. A nice catch on the run, too. Wow.
1:19 left in the fourth quarter. Bird outside. There's the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bird's got 31 points.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart.
And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
Luke Longley's checked in for the Bulls. Harper comes in for Pippen. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Kuzi. Screen by Parrish. The dish to Bird. Keeps it alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Love the determination he showed there. Getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the... It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. Scottie Pippen's checked in for the Bulls. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
Well, they should be looking at a 3-point lead. Hopefully for them, that miss won't cost them.
Havlicek against Jordan. 6 to shoot. Havlicek with it. He's against Jordan, and it's blocked by Jordan. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
He's able to make it a 2-possession game with some solid work at the line right there.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Right, that's the game plan. It's got to be executed perfectly. No time to waste.
Havlicek, the pass to Kuzi. Connects! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
He kicks it to Havlicek. Fires the three. It's deflected. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game. Kuzi can't connect. And so it's Chicago winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.